December 31st, 1902, Volume 4. The victim's soul is greatly loved by Jesus, but sometimes is nauseating to him because her exterior appears before divine justice as covered with the sins of others. Continuing to be with a fear that I might oppose the will of my adorable Jesus, I was feeling all oppressed and distressed, and I prayed him to free me, saying, "Lord, have pity on me. Don't you see the danger I am in? How is it possible that I, most wretched little worm, dare so much as to feel myself opposed to your holy will? And besides, what good can I possibly find, and into what abyss will I plunge myself if I am separated from your will?" While I was saying this, blessed Jesus moved in my interior, and through a light that he sent me, he seemed to say to me, "You never understand anything. The state is state of victim. When they offered you as victim for Corrado, you accepted. Now what is the evil present in Corrado? Is there perhaps not rebellion of the creature against the Creator, between priests and secular, and among parties? Now, your unwanted state of rebellion, your fear, your pains, are an expiatory state, and this state of expiation I myself suffered in Gethsemane, as I reached the point of saying, 'If it is possible, let this chalice pass from me, yet not my will but yours be done.' While I had so much yearned for it during the whole course of my life to the point of feeling consumed. On hearing this, it seemed I regained tranquility and strength, and I prayed him to pour his bitternesses into me. I drew close to his mouth, but as much as I sucked up, nothing would come out, only a most bitter breath that embittered my whole interior. So seeing that he was not pouring anything, I said, "Lord, you don't love me any more. Bitternesses you do not want to pour. Pour your sweetnesses at least." And he, "Quite the opposite. I love you more. And if you were able to enter into my interior, you would see with clarity, in all of my parts, distinct love toward you. Sometimes I love you so much that I reach the point of loving you as much as I love myself, although some other times I cannot look at you, and you are nauseating to me." What a thunderbolt these last words were for my poor heart. To think that I was not always loved by my loving Jesus, and that I reached the point of being an abominable soul. Had he not himself run to explain to me the meaning of this, I could not have survived. So he added, "Poor daughter, is this very hard for you? You have encountered my same lot. I was always who I was, one with the sacrosanct Trinity, and we loved one another with eternal, indissoluble love. Yet as victim, covered with all the iniquities of men, my exterior was abominable before the divinity, so much so that divine justice spared no part of me, rendering itself inexorable to the point of abandoning me. You are always who you are with me, but since you occupy the state of victim, your exterior appears before divine justice as covered with the sins of others. This is why I spoke those words to you. You, however, calm yourself, because I love you always." Having said this, he disappeared. It seems that this time blessed Jesus wants to make me upset, though he immediately gives me peace. May he be always blessed and thanked. December 1907, Volume 8. In all of her acts, the soul must have the intention of encountering Jesus. As I was in my usual state, I found myself with the thought of when blessed Jesus met his blessed mother on the way to Calvary. And while I was compassionating both one and the other, sweet Jesus told me, "My daughter, my mother went out on the day of my passion only to be able to meet and relieve her son." In the same way, for a true loving soul, her intention in all of her actions is only that of encountering her beloved and of relieving him with the weight of his cross. And since human life is a continuous attitude of actions, both external and internal, the soul does nothing but meet her beloved continuously. And will she just meet him? No, no, she will greet him, she will embrace him. She kisses him, she consoles him, she loves him, be it even with a little word said in passing, and he will be satisfied and content. And since the action always contains a sacrifice, if the action is done to encounter the sacrifice contained in it, it will serve to relieve me from the weight of my cross. What will be the happiness of this soul who, in her actions, is always in contact with me? How my love will grow ever more at each additional encounter she has, by means of her acting with me. But how few are those who make use of it to find the shortest way in their actions, to come to me, cling to me, and relieve me from the many afflictions that creatures give me. End of December 31st. Fiat.